All right. So anyway, well, one of the things you should have listened to yesterday's short little um, cat podcast or face pod about the VD thing, because even though you didn't want to talk about it or you didn't want to hear it, you could have at least heard the quality of the audio using our new Philips. Hold on, what is this?
We'll have to listen.
Oh, I forget the model number. But anyway, this thing works pretty good. So we were discussing ear piercings. And the Queen was lamenting about her forgetting to put hers in this morning. And I then made a comment, you better watch out because your holes are going to close up. And she said no, but that's just the way I like to make people worry about stuff. So then the Queen described how she pierced her ear. And I thought it was funny that she used a piece of frozen meat to numb her ear.
We couldn't find ice. I was 15 years old.
So you had a freezer that had meat in it, but there was no ice.
Ask my friend. It was at her house.
How old were you?
15, 12, 15, around that age.
12 or 15. So there's a 2-year gap there, but...
I was super cool when I was a kid too.
Oh, you were cool. So how about you, Longo?
I was 7 years old, and my mom.
And your mommy took you there?
No, she did it herself.
Oh.
With a big needle, numbed my ear with ice, stuck it through, and I had a little thread for a week. That's the Italian thing.
I never really,
serious.
like I said, I never really wore an earring, but I could put one in if I wanted to. It's just, and I think it's because of the size of the initial hole that I put using the compass. So I was explaining to them that I was in mechanical drawing class, which we used to have back in 7th grade.
Do they have that now? It's
Huh?
7th grade.
Or 6th or 7th grade, whenever it
Wow.
was.
Really? That young?
So I took the compass and I pushed it through my ear, the pointy, the point. And so, how old are you in 7th grade?
12.
12. Okay, so I was about 12, maybe 13.
Yeah.
So that would have made that about 1972 or 73. So when did the punk movement come in?
The 80s, early 80s.
Punk rappers and
Yeah.
stuff, right? Because they would have wore a paperclip in their ear. But yet I wore a paperclip for 2 weeks.
So you started the trend.
After I pierced my ear.
Maybe you started the trend.
Maybe somebody saw me and said, "Hey, that's the
There's
way
a
to go."
See, you were cool when you were younger too.
That's the way it is.
I was way cooler than y'all.
See,
I was 7.
You see, all of us that ended up,
Congo.
all of us that ended up messed up were first cool, then got messed up, and then became cool again. I mean, I must be cool. My daughter calls me Young Thug.
Don't you really?
Yeah. Does that fit? I'm
Yeah.
neither a thug or young.
Totally.
I'm the old fat white guy, but
Why would you
I'm
call
also
yourself that?
because I'm old. I'm what the doctors consider morbidly obese.
Really?
But you
Yeah, I'm
are.
obese, and for the BMI, your body.
And I am a
index.
white guy, so it all fits. I'm the last of the protected or the unprotected class.
Agreed
Which
with
is?
I agree with you, boss.
So listen. So that brings up a topic. Here's a topic. On my way in today, I heard that there's a psychiatrist who is pushing to have the title, right, the label, nerd or geek, also a protected class.
What?
It's
So if somebody is a nerd or a geek and you call them a nerd or a geek, that's a hate crime.
explain to me what a protected class is. Us, our age group,
No, somebody that's a nerd or a geek.
is a protected class.
Well, luckily this is in the UK, not here. But he stated that there also should be a protected class because they're picked on
Nerds?
for being nerds or geeks.
Well, aren't they classifying themselves into the nerd category?
Most cases, yeah. Well, if you look at in school, like in middle school or high school, and they do get somewhat picked on, but they're also the people that
End up successful.
people go to.
Wildly successful.
Yeah.
Because they paid attention when we were partying.
But who says we're all not nerds
So
in a
then,
different
what do
way?
we do then, like with that whole series of movies called The Revenge of the Nerds?
Never saw
Well,
it.
I thought nobody wants
Oh
labels.
my goodness.
Wait.
Stop it!
Now let's get back to the whole. Nobody wants labels, but now
Everybody
wants
wants a
labels. So they're
label.
calling
I've been
themselves a
saying that,
nerd.
and we and I don't want to get back into this, but the people that want power push that. Everybody needs a label now. But anyway, let's get back to
Can I
this.
blame Democrat?
So what? No.
Just a joke.
So, what do we do then with Best Buy's Geek Squad? Will we have to change their name?
Unless they want their label too.
No, they qualify for that title. I've been there. I've used them.
Listen, whenever we come up with these things, do we actually ask the people that they have put into that class? Do we ever ask them if they're
If they want
okay
that
with?
title, I'm sure they are.
That's just insanity. All right, so there's two topics, and we morphed from earrings and piercing our own ears,
To
titles, and then into the fact that the new protected class is nerds and geeks.
I never heard that protected classes.
Like, you're protected on race, religion, color, national origin.
Never heard.
That's like a protected
I don't
class.
know why it should exist.
It should
We're all
not.
people.
Right. And like I say, when you do these things, right? You ever see that little statue or picture of Lady Liberty, or the blindfolded, holding scales,
Yeah. Yes.
blindfold.
For
Once
the
you take
attorneys use it.
once you take the blindfold off, the scales don't matter because you've taken them off so that you could see who should be favored over someone else. And that's what all these laws do.
Salvation Army, this is Emily.
They favor some over others.
It's ridiculous.
And it's
Hi.
the people that may have felt like they needed protection initially,
Yeah.
in the long run are the ones that are going to be hurt.
We paid
Because
store
you've labeled
bonuses
them, you've put them in a
from,
class.
Why should
Doesn't
August
help.
Why should
to
we have
October.
classes?
November's
Here-
not.
here's the
November
other thing,
just got
too,
closed.
that
I can't
happens
close
is
the books until they
once you
decide to
say
close
that
the stores,
these
which
people
wasn't
aren't able to
till
make it on their
November,
own, so we
I
have to
didn't
help
have
them
store
make
bonus
it.
for November. Still don't have it yet.
You're taking away their independence, and you're making them dependent upon you.
Yeah, it's the
So
way
that's the
Commands
whole
does all these new
premise
systems
of
now.
that.
I can't do.
That's the
I
reason
can't
for
close
it.
books until they post all the.
All right, so that's
They
it.
usually don't
The
post
Queen's
them
on the
until
phone.
18th.
We're done for now.